The last thing we have to talk about in Chapter 8 is solving rational equations. So a rational equation is simply an equation that involves rational terms. So you can see I have two rational terms, 3 over 2x and 7 over 4. They're written as ratios, that's why they're called rational terms. Alright, so it would be really nice if I could think of a way to basically cancel out my denominators and be left with a simple equation that didn't involve any fractions. So let's think about that. On the right hand side I have 7 over 4, and I want to multiply by something where I can cancel the denominator. Well, if I multiply by 4 over 1, I could cancel that denominator. On the left hand side though, I noticed that I'm going to eventually have 4 over 2x, and the 4 and the 2, that'll reduce to get rid of my denominator, but the x is still hanging out, so 4 is not quite enough. I actually need to multiply both sides of my equation by 4x. So let's distribute and see what happens here. So I'm going to multiply 4x by both terms on the left side. I'm going to get 4x minus 3 times 4x all over 2x equals 7 over 4 times 4x. Okay. And let's see if this canceling works out the way I thought. So my x's here will cancel. 2 goes into 4 twice, and then these 4's will cancel. So what I'm left with is 4x minus 3 times 2 is 6 equals 7x. Subtract 4x from both sides. I get negative 6 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3. X equals negative 2. That wasn't so bad. Let's see if we can use a similar idea on our next problem. So this guy's a rational expression, but you know, those denominators are looking a little more serious than the last problem. So I'm going to use the same strategy. I'm going to think about what can I multiply both sides of the equation by in order to cancel out my denominators and make my life easier. So here I have x over, I'm going to factor 2 times x plus 1 on the left, and on the right I have negative 2x over 4 times x plus 1 plus 2x minus 3 over x plus 1. Okay, so now the question I'm asking myself is, what can I multiply both sides of this equation by in order to cancel out my denominators? So on the left, that's an easy answer. I have to multiply by 2 times x plus 1. So I know I'm going to have to at least multiply by 2 times x plus 1. I'm going to check my work here. Let's see. I know this is going to be, I'm going to be distributing this 2, this 4. That's going to be a problem because 2 over 4, that would reduce to 1/2. I'm going to see. I'm going to up that to a 4. So let's try this. Okay, now it looks like everything's going to cancel. If I multiply both sides of the equation by 4 times x plus 1, let's distribute and see what happens. We get 4 times x plus 1 times x all over 2 times x plus 1 equals negative 2x times 4 times x plus 1 all over 4 times x plus 1 plus 2x minus 3 times 4 times x plus 1 all over x plus 1. Alright, let's cancel and see what happens. 2 goes into 4 twice. That worked out well. It looks like I got rid of all my denominators. Now, if I wasn't able to get rid of all the denominators, I would know that I did something wrong, and I'd have to go back and look at, okay, what do I need to multiply by? How can I tweak that in order to get rid of all my denominators? So let's see. On the left, I'm left with 2x equals negative 2x plus, let's see, 4 times 2x is going to be, oh, that's a negative. No, that's a multiplication sign. It's going to be 8x. And then 4 times negative 3 is going to be minus 12. Okay, let's combine like terms. Subtract 6x from both sides. Get negative 4x equals negative 12. Divide both sides by negative 4. And I find that x equals 3. Beautiful.